unfortunately, I don't see a whole lot that I work with a lot of teenagers. Part of my Free Thinkers Club is a safe place for upset teenagers about these spirituality questions. They somehow they don't understand major their parents. And so they can't run to their counselor. So they will come to my club and they have other kids that go through the same thing and they talk like, my parents make me go to church every Sunday and I think that the preacher is special gay and I am gay, da da da. But if I don't go, then I get sent back to my room. They won't get to my college. I mean, they're just serious issues, tears and I mean, teenagers told over me sitting there being really upset about these things. It's a real issue. And I understand teenagers think they think they're in their own way and they come home and their parents think differently, so there's a lot of clash. And so I see a lot of that. But I just wish that more parents would just let their children grow intellectually, let them explore, give them that respect and freedom of conscience and commit to their own being. But not a whole lot of us are like that. So you get a lot of unhappy teenagers finding a safe place to talk. It's not like you can go raising them and talk to the teacher in class about religion or philosophy about the honesty question. So that's part of what I do at school as well. So honey, it's okay, go talk about it, I will stay here. And it won't go beyond this world. That's what I do. To respond to your comment earlier, I guess everybody's an exaggeration. You know,
and I wasn't criticizing.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I think that we're very lucky. We hit a jackpot when we live in this country in the sense that we are exposed to so many different groups and so many different religions, living peacefully, compared to many parts of the world where you count bodies every day because of religious conflicts. And so we take it for granted that if we teach them one way and somehow they find a way, they will hook them and then they will explore different religion. I don't think it's that simple because if you look at the reality, if you from a geography of Middle East, you tend to be Muslim. If you grew up in Europe, you tend to be a Christian. If you're from Japan, you tend to be a Buddhist, and that's the way people are. They are hooked and they don't get unhooked. And they stay that way, tunnel vision. And it causes a lot of conflicts. It's this them versus us mentality that causes a lot of suffering. And I do disagree with the fact that kids can't handle plurality and diversity. In fact, like my son, ever since he was like a little boy, he already has two best friends that he spends the night with. And one is a Christian and one is a Muslim. My daughter brought her to Germany and we humanists atheists at home, but she went to a Sunday school. And she comes home with big questions, like she was like 6, and she asked, does God exist? How come my teacher said that God exists? How come you don't go to church? How come you don't sing? And we say, so we have to explain. And she gets it. And then she goes to school, she has to pledge to God. And she said, Mommy, they pledged to God in school, so God must be real. I was like, I'm sorry, Mommy doesn't have the privilege of teaching you. It takes over at school there. But I have to tell her that there are different people who live. I have that conversation come to me. I'm like, when we drive down 7, there is a Baha'i faith church. Look at that, right? There's a church. I point those things out visual. Kids can understand and thrive through diversity. The same thing with language. People say, well, you can't speak 2 or 3 languages at home. They get confused. Well, my children are trilingual, right? So it is possible for them to get that. And like such questions like, oh, there's no meaning in life. There's no God, and therefore I just want to die. And it seems so bleak and pessimistic and sad to the theist, but to the atheist, telling your child that if you are a sinner, you're going to go to hell, you're going to burn forever. That's what made my son cry. That is what made him come home heartbroken because he or she was afraid that we are going to go to hell. He said, Mom, I don't want to let go, but I don't want you guys to burn forever in hell. To me, that is brutal and that's violent to be put in the head of a child, right? Okay, so but if that's what they teach, and that's their cup of tea, and that's fine. But as far as giving meaning to an atheist, like teaching atheist parents teaching their children that you can find meaning in friendship, you have meaning in poetry, in music, in soccer, in your family. in food, in helping others, in our beautiful universe, in the river that you wade in the swimming pool that you jump in. There's joy. There's meaning in life. And same thing with theistic people. When they hold hands with their friends, they don't say, oh, God is in heaven, so now I really enjoy holding your hand. Their everyday existence, the decisions that they make, there is meaning in that. They don't think about a God at those moments, and not all the time. So atheists also can teach their children to find meaning and joy in life without having to tell about heaven and hell, especially something that they're not satisfied with the evidence for it so far. So that's just my comment.